Next, we're gonna do Matty Wit. She got a bus to catch. All right, file number 252482. Prosecutor is willing to dismiss this charge. Ms. Witt, I don't think you owe me any money. So the prosecutor is dismissing it. You're gonna scrap the vehicle. The next one will have insurance. You do have some other issues. Your driver's license is under Matty Wit.
Yes.
There might be some baggage under Matthew Barber.
Oh, yeah.
Let me look, make sure there isn't anything left.
Last I knew there wasn't,
Well, you might be right.
because we cleared everything up in court.
It appears that you're correct. All your old stuff is taken care of.
Yep.
All right, you're
Had to
free.
be taken care of before,
You could get the new license.
well, no, before I could do the legal identity change.
Okay. All right, when I see you, I'll try to call you Matty Wit rather than Matthew Barber, but best of luck to you. Your case was dismissed. You're gonna make your bus and you're good to go.
Thank you.
All right, thank
You
you.
have a blessed day.
Thank you. All right, thank you to Ms. Canfield for helping us with that. She has the authority to just dump it if she chooses, and she did. All right, now we are at Jose Rosario.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Not only do you not need a translator, I think in the past you may have actually translated for me. Did you help some other people in the past?
I have. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rosario got charged with larceny less than $200. The allegation is that you stole someone's license plate. And they charged that not as a license plate fraud, but as a larceny. Let's take a look at it.
It was actually the first time that I stole a license plate. I was in panic mode. Homeless.
All right, well, don't say more about it at this
Okay.
point. But at this point, here are your options. This is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500, the way it's charged. They didn't charge it as an improper plate or anything, just larceny. I think they recovered the plate.
Yes, they did, Your Honor.
So it's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It is a non-serious misdemeanor, and under the statute, there's a presumption that there won't be a jail sentence. However, you do owe me money on your other stuff. You got $2,652 worth of unpaid stuff on that drinking driving case. You're on probation now. Who's your probation officer?
Priscilla Watson.
Okay.
Found out yesterday when I called in.
All right. Well, Priscilla is back and we're happy to have her. How do you plead to this charge?
It's a tough call, Your Honor, because when they took the license plate, they.
Well, let me stop you for a minute.
Okay.
This could also be a violation of your probation because it's a misdemeanor that was committed while you're on probation on the other charge. So in addition to the misdemeanor charge, it could be a probation violation issue. So the safest thing to do may be to get an attorney to help you with this. Or if you plead guilty to this, I would give you a fine, but it could also result in violation of your probation. So maybe you should get a lawyer to help you with this. Is that agreeable?
That's agreeable, Your Honor.
And that is file number 25 or 26 2289. Plus you got some other stuff. I think it may have been all part of the same thing. A couple of plate charges and no insurance, and you got quite a bit of
Yes.
this could be a PV.
Yeah, this, again, Your Honor, Sturgis Police said that they were just gonna let me off with a warning on this one. And they let me go. I wish
They let you go and then they turn it into the prosecutor.
yeah,
All right. This was not a ticket, it was a warrant.
and just as I got everything legal on that car as well.
Well, and it's a huge pain in the neck, almost like having your wallet stolen.
Mhm.
To have your license plate stolen, you gotta go back to the Secretary of State, you gotta get all the rigmarole that goes with that.
Yes,
Meantime, their plate's on your car if it's used in a robbery or something. So it's a hardship for the person whose plate is stolen.
yes, I understand that.
All right, so plead not guilty. I'll discuss this with Miss Walton. Have you seen her yet?
I'm supposed to see her immediately after.
All right, very good. We'll let her know that
Today.
he's ready. Would you, Priscilla's right back there. Let her know that I'm done with Mr. Rosario and he'll be out on the counter. Appoint an attorney and set attorney pretrial for 3/6/26 at 8:30. All right, well, I'm glad we could take care of it all in one trip. All right, I don't know where your advice of rights is. It's probably there someplace.
Okay.
All right, give me that. All right, I'm gonna send you out to the counter. And we'll get a lawyer to help you and I'll see you on March the 6th. What's your name, sir? Are you here with Mr. Rosario? Okay, I didn't know if you had another case. All right, very good. Thank you for driving in. All right, you go out to the counter. Priscilla will know that you're out there. We'll get a court-appointed attorney to help you with this and see where we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Jeanette, we had a couple of pre-trials, Scott Hummer and Taya Layton, and I don't know what happened to those.
Oh, I don't do the pre-trials.
And that is it. Let me see who I got who didn't show up. I have a arraignment to do on Jack Brandt, who got arrested on a bond violation, but it's gonna take some logistics to do it. He's hearing impaired and we need to either have a deaf interpreter or use closed captioning. And I think I'm gonna try to use the closed caption option. But I'm not ready to do it right now because I've never done it before. So I'm not sure. We may have to line somebody else up to help us
Yeah,
later
might
today.
better, because yeah,
All right, I've got some probational violations and some other stuff coming up, but I guess you're off the hook. Thank you for your help this morning.
sure. I think Gibson was on the list for later. Maybe you can do that.
Maybe he can. All right, we'll be in recess. You've heard me speak about the Darien Gap before. It's geologically dangerous and politically and otherwise very dangerous. All right, we'll stop our live feed. We'll be back at 9:30. And this is file number 25939 SM, People versus Devin Michael Ackerson. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Here with your lawyer, Mr. Timothy George. I'll just turn the record on. Thank you. Give me a minute. Matt Huff isn't here. Send him an email. Oops. In the right place. All right, this is really exciting watching me type, but Mr. Ackerson, you were convicted of domestic assault by way of a plea. And you were placed on probation. Your probation officer, Matthew Huff, has filed a probation violation petition alleging that you violated your probation by continuing to use drugs and alcohol or refusing to test on demand. We had a arraignment on this in December. On the 17th, he pled not guilty. We set it for hearing today. The allegation, we haven't seen much of this, is that you continued to test positive for cocaine. And then a no-show. So this takes a while. That was in October. You otherwise were doing okay. Your probation officer's recommendation is that we continue the probation and you get a substance abuse assessment and do 2 weekends in jail. Mr. George, what's your client's position here?
He's prepared to admit the violation, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sorry it took so long. If I understand, this is very similar to a case they had this morning where someone was on probation for a domestic violence. Same sentence, 31 days, credit 1, 30 days deferred. He continued to test positive for alcohol. In fact, I don't think he ever stopped. And we had, I don't know, a bunch of alcohol. These were cocaine. He let the first couple slide, but they kept happening. And frankly, that was under our radar. We didn't understand that that was an issue. So, Mr. Ackerson, you do have a right to have a hearing on this where testimony must be taken to establish, at least beyond probable cause standard, that you violated your probation. Preponderance standard. You also can acknowledge the probation and then we'll figure out what to do. So let me repeat the petition that we talked about back in December. I think this might have been adjourned for a flood or something, but we ended up with today. The allegation is that you violated Article 8 of your probation by failing to abstain from the use of drugs or alcohol. what he's recommending would be to continue the probation and allow you to still get the deferral if we can get past the finish line. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, and do you understand that by pleading to this, you'll be giving up the right to have a hearing on this? And I will accept your plea if it's given voluntarily, and then I'll decide what to do for the sentence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, in the summer and fall of last year, see if Matt is here yet. He was in Judge Patterson's courtroom. Were you using cocaine?
Yes, sorry.
When did you last use it?
Been probably a month or two ago, sir. I've been
So,
clean ever since, after our last meeting.
all right, so last use was in December of,
Yes.
how'd you stop?
To be honest, I need to grow up. I just stopped, sir.
Mr. Huff was in Mr. Judge Patterson's courtroom, but he's joined us now. Matthew, I advised the defendant of what the allegations were. He admitted with the advice of Mr. George. You'd been watching this cocaine thing in the summer and fall, and we discussed it. It was under our radar. I didn't understand that that issue was out there. His contention is that he hasn't used since we were here in December and has stopped using. How's the testing been since then?
Testing records would back that up. He's been doing well.
Is your recommendation still 2 days in jail and continue the probation?
I think my initial recommendation was 4 days in jail, 2 weekends.
Yes, two weekends is what I meant.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Mr. Akers has shared with you, but he's now gainfully employed at a pretty well to do job over at Waste Management. And I think he's lining a career up for himself there if he wants to take care of his family. So I think continued probation with a couple of weekends is appropriate.
He's not working in Kalamazoo anymore.
No.
All right. What are you doing at Waste Management?
I'm a driver, sir.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That pays well. Do you get a lot of overtime?
Yes. Yep. When I'm officially trained, I will be working 50 hours and at least 5 days a week.
All right. Mr. George, anything you want me to know?
I think, I was just looking back at the report, and I don't think there was anything that indicated this type of issue in the initial plea. If there is any silver lining, it's that this happened while he's still in the course of probation. We can get that issue addressed. I think Matt's recommendations appropriate under the circumstances. I went over that with my client. We'd ask the court to adopt.
Ms. Campfield, you got any thought on this?
Your Honor, this morning's was a little bit more egregious. Although still a substance, there were 9 positive tests there, and even after coming to court, really no attempt to stop drinking in that case. In this one, it appears the defendant has admitted that he used, admitted that he needed to grow up and stop using, and did do so, which is verified by the further testing of Mr. Huff. So at this point, I do believe that imposing the 2 weekends of jail is appropriate sanction with continued probation. If there are any further positive tests, and there's another PV, I'd likely recommend revocation of the deferral. So I know that he's aware he's facing that, which would make employment difficult in the future if he were to have that as a condition.
How many sessions of the classes is he through? Excuse me.
He isn't, because of the nature of he was getting his truck driver's license. There's a schooling that goes through for that takes, I believe, and Mr. Akerson can correct me if I'm off on this, but I believe it takes about approximately 4 weeks. So
Well,
we
we have
needed to find out his schedule.
So it is CDL. Well, let me ask you, Mr. Ackerson, how many weeks of classes have you been through?
Oh, I start next week, sir. It's been ongoing. They want me to go to Arizona for training. I told them I couldn't leave the state because my daughter, the newborn. So now they said I was going to be in GR. So I was supposed to go to Arizona 2 weeks ago. I told them I couldn't leave the state.
All right. Well, you would have had to do a drug screen to get hired there, and you
Yep.
must have passed that.
Yes, sir.
All right. We've had some flexibility here, but I really want you to complete this. This program's started last August. As soon as you get through with that, we could discharge you from the probation. All right, probation is continued. 4 days jail, credit 0, to be served on weekends. What's your shift time?
Between, sometimes I start at 4 in the morning, sometimes I start at 5. And I usually am between 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Well, we usually start the jail weekends at 7 p.m. on Friday night, and then
Okay.
you get out 7 p.m. Sunday night. So I'm gonna start it at 7 p.m. this Friday night. Might as well get it over with.
Okay.
February 13. 2/20. The other conditions of your probation remain in effect. I would like to see you get the benefit of this deferral. You got a new child. You got a new job. You don't have time or money to spend on cocaine. All right. Thank you. Give that to him. Take that to the jail this Friday night at 7 o'clock. Your probation is continued. I'd like you to be successful in this. The guy this morning, I just pulled the pin and he went straight to jail and he lost his deferral. I'd like to see you come out the other side of this.
I agree, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go.
And Your Honor, we did execute a waiver of rights there.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bush, which case are you here for?
There was an email that you asked me to, I got a copy, you wanted me to connect with you?
From me?
That's what my secretary, I just walked in from Qantas and she said you wanted me to join on Zoom.
I didn't send anything. John doesn't have a connection to any of these. I wonder if Judge P sent one. We've got some zoning violations from TJ Reed, if you'd like to get in on that.
I would respectfully pass on that. No, I'm not sure. I just walked in the office and she said you had sent me or copied me on an email to hook up.
No, I didn't send it, so I'm not sure what it was, but thanks for your quick response. I appreciate your willingness to jump in, but I don't have a case for you right now.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Anybody send something to John? All right, well, we're double booked and we've done pretty well. Our zonings aren't until 1:30, but we also have a PPO matter in here, so I'm